Global conflict is imminent. If you are sitting in this briefing room, you already know that rolling the dice and hoping for the best is a terrible strategy for survival. Classic Warlords functions as a tactical simulation of psychological manipulation and military strategy. In this system, chance has been completely engineered out of the combat mechanics. There are no lucky rolls to save you from a catastrophic decision. To survive this simulation, a commander must achieve complete psychological dominance over their adversaries before moving a single piece. This map shows the theater of operations, spanning 600 regions across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. The regions are color-coded by strategic value. Your primary targets are the yellow megacities and the densely populated red key regions. During the initial deployment phase, commanders take turns claiming isolated brown mountain regions. You cannot choose a mountain that sits adjacent to one already occupied by yourself or another player. These scattered claims act as your starting bases. They function as tiny, highly vulnerable independent empires that you must immediately work to expand. These initial selections dictate the geographic footprint of your empire before the first shot is even fired. Your turn begins with Phase 2, where you produce and deploy new armies to expand your borders. The baseline production rate operates on a strict formula. Every distinct, continuous empire you control automatically generates exactly one new army per turn. You accelerate your yields by capturing specific territories based on their geographic type. Securing one megacity generates an extra army, holding 2 key regions gets you another, and capturing 3 standard green rural regions earns you 1 more. For production purposes, a single army holding a region is identical to a stack of 10. Neither generates more resources than the other. These reference diagrams show the strict parameters for moving those forces. For example, you are completely prohibited from moving your armies into a single empty region from 2 different directions simultaneously. You must calculate your expansion perfectly. Growing your military-industrial complex is the only mathematical way to outpace the enemy forces surrounding you. In Phase 3, the combat system forces the zero-luck philosophy into the foreground. You use a standard 6-sided dice, but you never actually throw it. It exists entirely as an instrument for bluffing. This flowchart outlines the combat sequence. The attacker secretly turns the dice to a number representing their committed troops, hides it under a cup, and issues a challenge. The defender must then guess the exact number hidden under that cup to save their territory. It is a binary outcome. A correct guess wipes out the attacking forces entirely. An incorrect guess kills one defending army and rewards the attacker with an A-bomb. The victor is not determined by a random number generator. You win by reading your opponent's mind. The endgame arrives in Phase 1, executed at the very start of a player's turn, the deployment of nuclear weapons. The atomic escalation cycle feeds on itself. Successful conventional attacks earn you standard A-bombs. When you choose to fire one of those A-bombs, you are rewarded with a much larger thermonuclear H-bomb. You extend a weapon's reach by physically interlocking additional units. Each piece you snap on pushes the blast radius deeper across regional borders. Conventional warfare is merely an engine. It feeds the atomic arsenal until the board is pushed toward mechanized devastation. This diagram illustrates the exact devastation boundary when an H-bomb strikes Madrid. The explosion site and adjacent regions get black splat counters for severe radiation. Armies inside are instantly destroyed, and the territory can never be re-entered. The greatest threat on the board is the chain reaction rule. If you have unexploded bombs sitting inside a newly devastated area, they instantly detonate on site, triggering secondary explosions across the map. You will eventually run out of safe ground. The simulation requires you to conquer Europe, but also to survive the radioactive wasteland you had to create to claim it. You can initiate your own simulation right now by accessing the browser-based beta at Classic Warlord Online, or by setting up the physical board yourself. Just remember, hesitation on this map is a death sentence. Only the most ruthless commander will be left standing.